Hi, my name is Taloa Cardinal, and this is a little short video on why you should go to Oklahoma.
Have you ever been to Oklahoma?
I have been to Oklahoma.
What's your favorite part going out there?
Going to Oklahoma? I think it would be seeing family and going to powwows and stuff like that.
What attracts you to go to Oklahoma besides family?
It rains a lot there, and I like rain, and I like the weather too. I mean, it's kind of humid, but not as humid as...
What doesn't attract you to Oklahoma?
The tornadoes. I don't like tornadoes. It's very disastrous. So, yeah, and it just causes a lot of problems for people out there.
Are there any beautiful resorts or places you would go to in Oklahoma?
Not really any resorts. I haven't really been to any resorts in Oklahoma, but where I would go is to either the city or to Norman, because they have Oklahoma University football team and their basketball team, which is pretty good. And then I would go to Oklahoma City because it's the capital of the state, so there's probably a lot going on over there, and I think it'll look really pretty in downtown.
How many places have you been in Oklahoma, and how many powwows have you been to?
I've been to a lot of places in Oklahoma. I've been to Durant, Tulsa, Lawton, Ada, Oklahoma City, to name off a few. And the powwows that I've been to some small ones whenever I was younger, but I went to a Durant powwow, and then I've also been to Red Earth. Those are two pretty big powwows.
Are there any problems involving Native Americans in Oklahoma?
The only thing I could think of right now would be like oil. They're trying to take oil from the Native Americans' land, and it's their land. They're they're trying to push them out, move them somewhere else so they can drill the oil to move them back. That way they can make money, but the Native is no, this is our land. So it kind of goes both ways with that.
So what are the goods and bads going to a powwow in Oklahoma?
There aren't any bads about it, but I mean the good thing about going to powwows in Oklahoma would be getting to see a different kind of culture instead of seeing what we see today, I guess normal music and different types of dancing, or break dancing or something like that. You get to actually see the culture of Native Americans.
I am Mr. Cole, and I teach here at South High School, media, technology, and business courses.
Have you ever been to Oklahoma?
I've only passed through. My knowledge of the state comes from what I see on the news and what I read.
Any problems going on in Oklahoma?
From what I read and what I see, it seems to be a lot like Kansas. The Republican governorship has cut most funding to everything, schools and whatnot, so the budgets aren't balancing all too well. They kind of cut taxes, which then cut the budget because there's no money to pay for it. So I don't find it to be a very solid state for the middle or lower class to enjoy life in.
Do you know any facts about Native Americans in Oklahoma?
As a Native American myself, my tribe comes from New York. The Iroquois, I basically only know my tribe, but I know most all Indians faced and suffered the same situations at the hands of white men, essentially coming through and pushing them further and further west, and then eventually into little pockets of land. So that's where most live now that are left. The Indians weren't handled very well, especially with the takeover of this country.
What attracts you to Oklahoma?
Not much. I mean, basically, as I said earlier, a guy coming from New York City, I guess I've seen a lot and I've seen everything, and I'm sure Oklahoma has some stuff that it can offer. Most of it probably nature type stuff, maybe a cool park I've never seen. But it's not the top of my list. It doesn't stand out as one of the biggest spots to go, but I'm sure there's some cool things. I guess I'd have to look that up.